Hi everyone, welcome back to Bible in a Year. My name is Natalie and today we are on day 302. I am so happy that you're here today and I hope your day is going fantastic. We are going to be reading out of 2 Kings chapter 19, Daniel chapter 10, and then we're going to close out the day by reading all of 2 John, which is about a paragraph this big. So have no fear. Let's move into 2 Kings chapter 19. Here we go. When King Hezekiah heard it, he tore his clothes, covered himself with sackcloth, and went into Yahweh's house. He sent Eliakim, who was over the household, Sebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz. They said to him, Hezekiah says, Today is a day of trouble, of rebuke, and of rejection, for the children have come to the point of birth, and there is no strength to deliver them. It may be Yahweh your God will hear all the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Assyria, his master, has sent to defy the living God, and will rebuke the words which Yahweh your God has heard. Therefore, lift up your prayer for the remnant that is left. So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah, and Isaiah said to them, Tell your master this. Yahweh says, Don't be afraid of the words that you have heard, with which the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Behold, I will put a spirit in him, and he will hear news, and will return to his own land. I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. So Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria warring against Libnah, for he had heard that he had departed from Lachish. When he heard it said of Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, Behold, he has come out to fight against you, he sent messengers again to Hezekiah, saying, Tell Hezekiah, king of Judah, this. Don't let your God in whom you trust deceive you, saying, Jerusalem will not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. Behold, you have heard what the kings of Assyria have done to all the lands by destroying them utterly. Will you be delivered? Have the gods of the nations delivered them, which my fathers have destroyed, Gazan, Haran, Rezeph, and the children of Eden, who were in Telassar? Where is the king of Hamath, the king of Arpad, and the king of the city of Sepharvaim, of Hannah and Iva? Hezekiah received the letter from the hand of the messengers and read it. Then Hezekiah went up to Yahweh's house and spread it before Yahweh. Hezekiah prayed before Yahweh and said, Yahweh, the God of Israel, who are enthroned above the cherubim, you are the God, even you alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heaven and earth. Incline your ear, Yahweh, and hear. Open your eyes, Yahweh, and see. Hear the words of Sennacherib, which he has sent to defy the living God. Truly, Yahweh, the kings of Assyria have laid waste the nations and their lands, and have cast their gods into the fire, for they were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, Yahweh our God, save us, I beg you, out of his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you, Yahweh, are God alone. Then Isaiah the son of Amoz sent to Hezekiah, saying, Yahweh the God of Israel says, You have prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Assyria, and I have heard you. This is the word that Yahweh has spoken concerning him. The virgin daughter of Zion has despised you and ridiculed you. The daughter of Jerusalem has shaken her head at you. Whom have you defiled and blasphemed? Against whom have you exalted your voice and lifted up your eyes on high? against the Holy One of Israel. By your messengers you have defied the Lord, and have said, with the multitude of my chariots, I have come up to the height of the mountain, to the innermost parts of Lebanon, and I will cut down its tall cedars and its choice cypress trees, and I will enter into its farthest lodging place, the forest of his fruitful field. I have dug and drunk strange waters, and I will dry up all the rivers of Egypt with the sole of my feet. Haven't you heard how I have done it long ago, and formed it of ancient times? Now I have brought it to pass, that it should be yours, to lay waste fortified cities into ruinous heaps. Therefore their inhabitants had little power. They were dismayed and confounded. They were like the grass of the field, and like the green herb, like the grass on the housetops, and like grain blasted before it has grown up. But I know you're sitting down, and I know you're going out. You're coming in, and you're raging against me. Because of your raging against me, and because of your arrogance, has come up into my ears. Therefore I will put my hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I will turn you back the way by which you came. This will be the sign to you. This year you will eat that which grows of itself, and in the second year that which springs from that, and in the third year sow and reap, and plant vineyards and eat their fruit. The remnant that has escaped of the house of Judah will again take root downward, and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem a remnant will go out, and out of Mount Zion those who shall escape. Yahweh's zeal will perform this. Therefore Yahweh says concerning the king of Assyria, he will not come to this city, nor shoot an arrow there. He will not come before it with shield, nor cast up a mound against it. He will return the same way that he came, and he will not come to this city, says Yahweh. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake, and for my servant David's sake. That night Yahweh's angel went out and struck 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians. When men arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed, went home, and lived at Nineveh. As he was worshipping in the house of Nisroch, his god, Adremelech and Sharezer struck him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Ararat. Esarhaddon, his son, reigned in his place. Wow. Because of your raging against me, and because of your arrogance that has come into my ears, therefore I will put my hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I will turn you back by the way in which you came. This is not happening. Wow. And that is Yahweh. That is Yahweh. Excuse me, pardon me. The air is very dry out here right now. And I feel like I have to cough, but there's no cough there. It's that little pinch that maybe you've gotten before. It's like this little pinch in the throat where the throat is like dry. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I knew this would be a problem today. But you know what? My viewers are so patient with me and the shenanigans that goes on in this house. We'll just chalk this up to another day. What a beautiful account, though, of who God is and his level of patience. Wow. All right, Daniel chapter 10. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a message was revealed to Daniel, whose name was called Belshazzar, and the message was true, even a great warfare. He understood the message and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 whole weeks. I ate no pleasant food, no meat or wine came into my mouth. I didn't anoint myself at all until 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. In the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel, I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there was a man clothed in linen, whose waist was adorned with pure gold of Ephes. His body was also like beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as flaming torches. His arms and his feet were like burnished bronze. And the voice of his words was like the voice of a multitude. I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men who were with me didn't see the vision, but a great quaking fell on them, and they fled to hide themselves. So I was left alone and saw this great vision. No strength remained in me, for my face grew deathly pale, and I retained no strength. Yet I heard the voice of his words. When I heard the voice of his words, then I fell into a deep sleep on my face, and with my face toward the ground. Behold, a hand touched me, which set me on my knees and on the palms of my hands. He said to me, Daniel, you greatly beloved man, understand the words that I speak to you and stand upright, for I have been sent to you now. When he had spoken this word to me, I stood trembling. And then he said to me, don't be afraid, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before God, your words were heard. I have come for your words' sake. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But behold, Michael, one of the chief priests, came to help me because I remained there with the kings of Persia. Now I have come to make you understand what will happen to your people in the latter days, for the vision is yet for many days. When he had spoken these words to me, I set my face toward the ground and was mute. Behold, one in the likeness of the sons of men touched my lips. And then I opened my mouth and spoke and said to him who stood before me, My Lord, by reason of the vision my sorrows have overtaken me, and I retain no strength. For how can the servant of this my Lord talk with this my Lord? For as for me, immediately there remained no strength in me. There was no breath left in me. Then one like the appearance of a man touched me again, and he strengthened me. He said, Greatly beloved man, don't be afraid. Peace be to you. Be strong. Yes, be strong. When he spoke to me, I was strengthened and said, Let my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me. And then he said, Do you know why I have come to you? Now I will return to fight with the prince of Persia. When I go out, behold, the prince of Greece will come. But I will tell you that which is inscribed in the writing of truth. There is no one who holds with me against these but Michael, your prince. Oh, it's over. We'll have to read more tomorrow. I'm sorry, but if I'm... Oh, here we go again. I am so sorry, you guys. But I'm sorry, if I was just standing there like on a walk and that image stood before me, I honestly, I don't know that I would be able to catch my breath. I completely identify with everything Daniel is saying. And then the one comes up and says, peace, be strong. Don't be such a wimp. Amazing. Okay, let's close out this day. 2 John. This is John's second letter. And I guess it's chapter 1. The elder to the chosen lady and her children, whom I love in truth, and not only I, but also those who know the truth, for the truth's sake, which remains in us, and it will be with us forever. Grace, mercy, and peace will be with us from God the Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of the Father, in truth and love. I rejoice greatly that I have found some of your children walking in truth, even as we have been commanded by the Father. Now I beg you, dear lady, not as though I wrote to you a new commandment, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. This is love, that we should walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, even as you heard from the beginning, that you should walk in it. For many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who don't confess that Jesus Christ came in the flesh. This is the deceiver and the Antichrist. Watch yourselves, that we don't lose the things which we have accomplished, but that we receive a full reward. Whoever transgresses and doesn't remain in the teaching of Christ doesn't have God. He who remains in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to you and doesn't bring this teaching, don't receive him into your house and don't welcome him, for he who welcomes him participates in this evil deed. Having many things to write to you, I don't want to do so with paper and ink, but I hope to come to you and to speak face to face, that our joy may be made full. The children of your chosen sister greet you. Amen. Oh, I love that. So again, we hear verse 5. Now I beg you, dear lady, not as though I wrote to you a new commandment, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we should walk according to his commandments. So I have this little paper that I wrote a long time ago. I think I heard it from a sermon, and it says, is Natalie love? So when we talk about love in Corinthians and, just even now in John, the letters of John, love can mean so many different things to so many different people. But when we are talking about the commandment of love, I can say, I'm loving, and then I go to my list. And instead of saying, so 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, and love does not boast. Love is not proud, and love is not rude. Love is not self-seeking, and love is not easily angered. And love keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. Love protects, trusts, hopes, and perseveres always. and love never fails. So, am I love? I'm going to insert my name in here, but if you want, go ahead and insert your name in here. And let's see if we're following the commandment of love. And I can tell you right now, I don't meet all this criteria, and so I know what I have to work on. Is Natalie patient? Is Natalie kind? Does Natalie envy? Natalie does not boast. Natalie is not proud. Natalie is not rude. Natalie is not self-seeking. Natalie is not easily angered. Yes, I am. Natalie keeps no records of wrongs. Yeah, I do. Natalie does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. Natalie protects, trusts. Natalie hopes and perseveres always. Natalie never fails. So you can see, in my honesty, there are several things that I have to work on. I'm going to hold this up just for a second. If you want to take a screenshot of it and insert your name in there. Yeah? And take a look at it at the end of each day and just see what you have to work on. I really just want this channel to really make an impact and say the two most important commandments that Jesus said is to love God and love people. And when we don't exactly know what that looks like, we can look at this, because love is in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Okay. I apologize for my rambling and for my coughing, and I sure hope tomorrow is a more fluid day. But I am so glad that you stopped by. I really am. And I hope you have the most fantastic day today. Please come on back for tomorrow, which will be day 303. And I will see you then, hopefully without a cough. See you then. Bye.